pick number 350. What is going on? Today is September 30th. We're going to go top bottom of the penny stocks today. CNEY off the rip. This one was a multi-day runner. It was on day number 2. This was yesterday or Friday. And as we reviewed from the previous week, most multi-days or back-to-back days will roll over. Sometimes they give us a pop and then roll over. That's exactly what this did. This one and Duo both held up kind of on day number 3. This one did nothing, no volume, so not a lot to look at there. DADA, this one ran into some resistance here, no volume really, so also not really paying attention to it. Duo was the main bitch of the day. This one held the yesterday's or Friday's pre-market high very well. If I kind of do this, the first run was back here on 926. And then it didn't do any. It had a nice pre-market, then faded like CNEY did today. It got up. It did a nice U pattern off the rip. Held this key level. Now, most of the times we have seen in the past running into the 200, having a key level. I would say 95% of the time this thing rolls over and dies. This thing didn't. I actually got some here. Once we see something kind of diverge from what it's supposed to be doing, it's always a good opportunity to get into it. Took it here. I think we got some off here. Not sure, was that halted or not? No, this thing I don't think ever halted. But this thing actually kind of short squeezed up to 364. Kind of rode the 1.9 EMA. Nice little price action there. Super bullish. But the thing is again, we're also seeing in this market is once this big bull run's done, now grant it's a huge move, we aren't getting any more. It's just kind of chopped from there. So again, it peaked out at 1050. That's about on par for what we kind of reviewed for pre-markets or open markets from last week's price action. So Duo is a good one to go over. We'll have some prints and some pattern rec to review. EMKR spike. This is kind of a ski slope type price action there. Pretty garbage. GSIW was also a multi-day runner. Do I have this one right? No, I take that back. This has come on the GSIW had a random chart. This thing was kind of flat, had no volume. Random spike for no reason, but other than that, did nothing. KXIN. This one I had starred as pretty much my favorite of the day. We saw from price ranges from below $3 were the best setups, and then also pushing into open were also. So this one had both. This is a penny stock pushing into open. It was a day one stock. Unfortunately, it didn't really kind of dip before, just kind of went off the rip, but we did get some, and it's a little bit of a double bottom flag here, although it did double top and then fade into oblivion. So again, market is kind of all over the place, but there's still definitely pockets of momentum you can grab. PRME, this one was kind of weird. It was the above $3 ticker. I didn't have high hopes for this. It kind of, price wise too high, and then also the volume was not there. We did get a spike and we did get a uptrend throughout this. Slow going, but nice to see some dips and some clean price action there. TNH is a piece of shit. I don't think I could think of a more piece of shit stock than TNH. Not that I ever traded this, but if we look at the daily on this thing, I mean, how many times? How many times? One of these times it's actually going to go, and it's going to go to 50 cents. But this thing is just a piece of shit. Oh, God. UXIN is a multi-day runner. It's more of a sluggish slow one. This ran Friday just kind of grinded up and then continued to kind of grind. Had an uptrend here. Not really clean price action, but you know, it is what it is. And then once it broke that, it kind of faded out the rest of the day. XHG, watch out. We actually were heavy here. I thought this thing would break down, and we were kind of projecting this as maybe this would be the trend line. Did not work out. Fell all the way back down. This was the only opportunity that I saw to really get into this play, and to me, I'm not taking this. I guess it still hasn't broken that downtrend. I think it halted like right here. After it halted, I was pretty much done with it. There's no way I was gonna play it. Although this was a solid flag over the all-time highs, or the yearly all-time highs. We have a false breakout there, another false breakout or fake breakout, and then it just faded off into literally from $3 to almost zero. That's crazy. Look at this thing. Off of no fucking news. Just, you know, casual. Nice. That's why I love the penny stocks. ZCMD. This one, what did I have for this one? I think this one was also day one runner. This one I had circled as well as a possibility. It was in the $1 to $3 range, although we ran into some resistance here. It just kind of took too long. VWAP fail and then spike, random spike and fade. Really nothing that I like. I mean, we could say, to me, this is a kind of a U pattern. Actually, we didn't put this in our notes, but we might have to. But anyway, we're gonna go over to the patterns because there are a lot of patterns to get through. Let's get our pen. So first we have our typical uptrend. So we're actually seeing uptrends that are in a bullish scenario. Before or the previous weeks, what we've been doing is price action would actually fail and then build like this down here, and then there'd be an uptrend like that. So we would call this downtrend, uptrend. Reasons, I don't know. But we're actually getting a couple just standard uptrends that we're seeing in this market. Two of them came on the higher price stocks. We had UXIN and then PRME. This one was, to me, a lot cleaner. Also, this would have been a solid ad right there. Kind of multiple areas of confluence, but 1 EMA wave. Again, this is more just a bullish indicator. It's a little bit tougher to add just straight into it because you have sometimes it dips below, but to me this is straight up, and once it did fully break down, it just kind of faded. Morning U pattern, and we've seen this all over the place. This is the extended version. This is a short version. I prefer this one, just easier up and down. Double bottom flags, and especially over key levels, are making the comeback, and these are one of the easiest plays in the playbook you can have, especially when we're already kind of at highs. This is easy money. So we're going to be looking at this week to really capitalize on this type of play. We did get this one push up, this tight small flag. I mean, even back to a double top, that's hella bread. This one's a little bit tougher because the price was volume wise wasn't exactly the same, but still kind of double bottom there. Did the key level, we have the 200 or the all-time highs, your all-time highs. We have a gap level there. We have this was Friday's pre-market high, and then this was the daily 200 moving average. So let's go to the bearish. I'm calling this new pattern in the volcano. We'll see how long it holds up. This volcano is characterized by, we have flat price action. Usually under VWAP, we have a break of VWAP and it comes straight back down and then it just goes flat again. Sometimes we see this in pre-market, and this is a very bearish pattern. This one wasn't as dramatic. This one was the most. GSIW flat, right back down flat. And then TNH, piece of shit. Again, really not as strong, but up, down, fade. Fake breakout. We saw this towards the end of the week last week on bullish tickers, where we have a defining top, and usually, at least last week, it was 2 and then it would break out. But this one, clear level to break through. We break through it and then we're right back down. So it's kind of a fake breakout to me. This one had multiple touches. We finally break and then we just fade back down through. Again, PRME, we have this key level, we break and fail. Uptrend break, this is one we've had for a while as well. Double top, that's a clean double top there. Open bell fade, just kind of stay away from those. Vertical up and fade. This is again just saying, especially in the morning when we have a pretty bullish setup that goes vertical, it's pretty much it. Like, don't really expect much more from it. And then key level fail, we have a gap fill, and then we have a daily. So that is it for September 30th. It was a wild fucking day. We had XHG. I mean, heyo, see you later. Nice push there. We had a couple like slow grinders with UXIN and PRME. TNH, piece of shit. You gotta throw a piece of shit stock in there. I would argue that TNH is more of a piece of shit stock than what XHG did. We had kicks in, nice push at the beginning and then faded. You had a couple low volume random spikes. We had complete fails. We had almost a squeeze, pretty much a squeeze play today as well. Low volume, multi-day didn't work. We literally had pretty much one of each basket do something, which is better than nothing. I'd rather have bullish in some areas, but we'll see. We'll see what tomorrow brings, and we're gonna fuck it up.